Okay, Assalamualaikum to Edinburgh. My name is eirene betrisya. I'm a team of Kamaro. So, for the key summary, for the client background, the client's name is Eva, and the therapist is Dr. Kim. She's also a woman. So, Eva is a woman in her early 40s to late 30s. So she's a mom, she's a wife, and she's a doctor. She is a very successful person. She have a great career in tech industry as she worked for Microsoft, like web programming and stuff. So that's about it. I know, I think her husband named John or something. So yeah, both person white. So the session started when Dr. Kim asked Eva to to talk about what to ask her what she's want to talk about. So Eva started by saying that she wanted to talk about her marriage problem. She stated that she is not attracted to her husband anymore. She losing feeling. She's as in attracted to him physically, emotionally, and sexually. This is because he's changed. He's not as curious before. She stated that he gained weight. So she said that she's coping it by shopping. Previous session, Dr. Kim asked her about her shopping addiction. She says she just assuming. This is the client again. The client kind of like assuming that it was not a big deal. You just like her coping mechanism. She's realized from that she's felt better if she went shopping. So she shop a lot. She have especially a shoe addiction. So she coping it by avoiding her husband. She come home late so that she doesn't have to face her husband, doesn't have to go through the awkward silence at home. She's the big problem in discussion is she kept denying her shopping addiction. She just blew it off and stated that it's just a stress reliever, that these addictions lead to hoarding disorder. She doesn't realize that. So the only person that was giving her, confronting her the ugly truth is her mother, which makes her relationship with her mother worse because she's seems to hate the idea of her mother associate her with disgusting behavior. So next is stage 1, initial disclosure. So the client, she expressed her regrets, expressed her upset that her marriage is in the verge of divorce. So the therapist, shows empathy to her client. Dr. Kim did a great job in comforting her, and related to SS, so she doesn't feel uncomfortable, and I see that Eva kind of felt like the judgment. She's very, because in the earlier the session she's quite uncomfortable. She asked to have some water, but as Dr. Kim kept show her attended behavior, she became comfortable. So next, Dr. Kim also show her unconditional positive regard. So this is when the therapist, have no judgment towards clients. So Miss Dr. Kim, she kind of say she's sorry, and she can relate to her feeling upset about her relationship with her husband, even though she's losing feeling, but she doesn't want to. So Dr. Kim express how she can relate to it, and upset about that decisions that both of them kind of taking of divorce. So next is stage 2, in-depth exploration, problems assessment. So she's in this stage, Dr. Kim, she tried to find the cause of the problem, trying to find the cause of her marriage problem, because she wanted to talk about marriage, but this is actually according disorder therapy. Through the open question, she find that the cause of her problem is very much her coping mechanism, which is shopping. And she have childhood trauma about how she losing for belly. So that started her quite shopping addiction or shoes addiction, and then it's kind of evolved into more stuff to collect. So this, create more, increases more addiction to its disorder. She asked her about her work, her relationship with her parents, or the clients, Eva. She expressed, how the words, help her to keep all the problems at home, because she loves her work. She's very successful, and she's like part of it. And her relationship with her parents, well, his dad, Eva is good with her dad, but not with her mom, because of the confrontation of her habit. So stage 3 is goal setting. Sensitively suggest book for her as homework. So Dr. Kim, she noticed how Eva, avoid talking about her hoarding disorder. This is, because she have a successful career, so she doesn't want to associate with her with like such disgusting behavior. Eva thought that. She mentioned that when her mother confronted her about the problem, she's become very upset that she can relate her with like a messy behavior. She's described hoarding disorder as messy and homeless kind of behavior, disgusting, I would say. So she doesn't want to associate with it, because she have a great career. So how does a person who have a great career have such low behavior? And she just doesn't want to accept that. So the therapist asked her to read books so that she can get some ideas for what to achieve on the last sessions or to solve any of her problems. So next is reflections on competence level, strength. I think that the key did a good job paraphrasing what they wanted, but their client, Eva, talk a lot in the session. She shares a lot from her childhood, from her relationship with her parents, her job, her career, relationship with her husband, her kids. So Dr. Kim did a great job, relating all the only the important parts and ask her, the necessary stuff only so that she can kind of bring out the unconscious that she doesn't realize that she's have. So validate her client feeling. Dr. Kim also did a good job of validate the client's feeling, Eva feeling. She's that even though she expressed that she's not interested in her husband, she's doesn't want to sexually disgusting behavior. That the king didn't show any judgment towards it, didn't show any um, bad um, bad plans ahead. She also very active listening. She mentions a few detail about the last sessions to this session, which is would be important for Eva to kind of know that she's interested, that she's very involved in her problem and comfortable to let her help her to solve Eva problems. So weaknesses, I would say some of the that they keep us open-ended questions. So some of the questions kind of time-consuming, I would say, because a lot of sharing happened with the story of collections. I think that we could pick up on that she's kind of the trauma, the relationship between her parents. So yeah, some of the questions a little bit time-consuming. So next is the relationship between therapist and the client is not strong enough for confrontation. So I would say, this is, I think, fairly acceptable because this is the early stages of session, like the second session, so I'm not sure. But it's the Kim didn't have enough, I think relationship closeness to kind of confront Eva about her honey disorder. So thank you. That's all for me.